So just going to end here. So this will be a little outtake. So it's my first night and I'm scousing, doing stupid things like that. That proves it's my first night. So I haven't got my shirt on. Got some fantastic buildings all around me. So just leaving the greatest city centre of all the cities, Manchester, UK, which is what we're about. But right now we're over in Salford. You can search the history of Salford and Manchester, they do have a long history. But right now, Salford, as most places, within its 492 kilometre radius, is classed as Manchester. So I don't think I've covered Salford. And that's the idea, to travel about. It really is cool, because 3 days before summer solstice 2022, I'm not getting any younger. So these things, and I got lost because it went slightly dark and I was trying to get the ending, lot 1 of Canal Company. You can basically not see me, can you? Anyway, and in order to try and find the path of the old canal, I'm trying to find older buildings, like the museum and art gallery here. Yeah, great buildings like this, next to the university modern building, which is cool in its own way. That's the greatest thing about walking around here. So the contrast. It's a well-known fact that the Prince of Wales doesn't really like how modern architecture mixes everything together. He'd rather have sections that were all kept. I disagree. I love how it's all mixed together. How this canal is somewhere, and I can find bits, but helps you learn about history. But like that's like a 70s, maybe late 60s even. Typical university building, and you go through the gap, you can see the skyscrapers. There's electric scooters you can hire. Like I say, we're in the city centre now. You know, we're competing with London here. You know what I mean? No messing about. And there they are, electric scooters over at the end of the park. So I just thought I'd carry on filming because it is Manchester, UK. And I got lost, and I don't care. That's what I'm trying to say. Because I'm not under any pressure to film this video, I'm trying to just map out my route. I've got some things filmed already. I'm going off things like this tower here. But we'll get it in the dark. This is my action cam. This will be featured in a lot of the videos you'll see. Look how fantastic that is. Matches up with that. I think that's a fountain. No, it was hard to get water to a place like this, so they sort of showed off a bit. But you could also, you know, it was drinking water. I think they're from Thirlmere in the Lake District. Haweswater Aqueduct and Thirlmere Aqueduct, where Manchester got its water from. Because the Victorians were a lot more forward thinking than we are now. And we're all like, oh, just dump sewage in the sea because we can't cope with it. We're not thinking what it'd be like in 100 years. We have to cope with it. It's our job to cope with it. We can't say we can't cope with it. It's embarrassing how, you know, they're building stuff like this, coping with the infrastructure of the future. I'm sure my canal's around there somewhere. It's got to be on the same level, you see. It's got to be a level plane, and it has to run past these sort of buildings because it supplied these buildings with coal and stuff, didn't it, back in the days? Not sure exactly how old that one is. There's some 1800 sites around there, so I'm getting wind, I'm sure, as I always do, and I can't tell till I edit. But it's just so cool wandering around, and it's like one of the reasons I do these videos. As I say, this is one of the most recent videos I'm filming, but I might as well explain who I am. My name's Stephen Goddard, and I'm from Manchester. I was born in Manchester. All my family are Mancunian. My dad's Stanley Goddard, and my granddad was Stanley Goddard also, in the working class. My mum was originally Christine Fowler and Sam Fowler, but like my father passed away when I was quite young, like 12. I'm not going to get soppy on anyone. Yeah, but I realised quite a long time ago I wouldn't be able to get any information about his past and where he came from and what my granddad used to get up to and where they used to work, and did they know anything about the Rochdale Canal, which it was, my granddad must have, you know, my granddad probably knew everything about these canals and everything, and when they got filled in with concrete a lot. So, let's find out about canals. You go back to the 1770s and start learning from the start. You want to learn about trains, you go back to it's late 1790, 1775, you will get steam engines, but then you learn about trains, you start at the beginning. So, I thought, I'm going to learn as much about Manchester as possible and find out where I really come from. Because Manchester these days, Greater Manchester, it's a very different city. If you came in on the modern Metrolink, you'd be straight into the shops and the town centre. You'd never see all this. And then you might find out, oh, that's where your granddad used to work. And I actually did that the other day. My granddad worked at the old post office in Prestwich. And like I say, the canal ran through that way. It ran through here. So, first of all, it's canals. They're essential for 30 years. In the 1800 to 1830, absolutely essential. Canals started to build. The Industrial Revolution started to pave the way for things like this. As I say, we should be able to afford to restore the canal because of our long history of making money and innovation. I'm filming the same place. I was going to walk on, but I didn't want to set my gimbal up to just film myself. So I'm not sure how long I was filming for there. So I'm not going to set up the gimbal. Behind it here because it is too dark. Solstice. One of the normal things I've looked for is the old street that used to be underneath where even the original 60s roads are getting covered up. Any clues to where the canal might be? That's all you're going to get. Everything seems to be knocked down. You might be a fan of Coronation Street, but streets like that don't actually exist anymore. There's no interesting bits of history around here, but I think I explained that a little bit. That I don't mind being lost in Manchester. But it's not like, there's no real history around here anymore, unfortunately. It'd be great to see a street, just like the one you see in Coronation Street, but they're not around there now. It's all just building sites like this. Yeah, I used to have clues like I'd follow the old road. Find older warehouses. Look. It's all changed. I'm signing off. I'm not setting up the gimbal. I really do need to find my way home actually now. But this is what I'm saying, it's about finding my roots. That was quite fun. Just wandering around, I wrote a few street names down. And it's the first shoot to get the introduction to the Bury Bolton Manchester Company's Canal, which I've been following for some time. And then gives me time then before winter 2022 to do, as I said, finish off Rochdale Canal, get up the Peak Forest Canal and Macclesfield canals, try and tie things together. So as you watch down the playlist, as I said, it'll start to make sense and actually form a map of the old canal systems, explaining some of the facts about how Greater Manchester and Manchester and its surrounding areas were created in a 200-year period. And all this came about then. Peace out. Just a few places I'm following along on the path. Let's not forget I'm here to get that solstice and that sky. So I know at least that's north in that direction. Called a Lime scooter. So we're going to end here to start at Salford University's campus. Absolutely, I'm going to end as a line of my scooters. That's another clue that Salford was one separate of Manchester because they have separate universities. If you look up the meaning of the actual word university, all will become clear. wouldn't have two separate universities in the same. Well, it would have been a county originally. And I know Salford's very, quite proud of being part of Manchester, as it should be, but it's obviously was set up originally as its own separate town. I've said that a lot. I get some controversial comments, which I don't mind, and I'm sticking to the fact of way back in time. I'm on about 1700s, with different earls, different estates completely, run in things on both sides of the river, because the river was the old dividing line of everywhere. So wherever you come from, think of where your local river is, and you'll realise over the river is slightly different to where you live. It's probably just linked by the modern day. Alright, so it's all shaky. I'm not setting up the gimbal. Salford's quite pretty at night, I'm going to put it that way and not say anything else. Don't wander off down back streets, because you'll get the fright of your life. So they're off to lay new roads over the top of old canals. That's a cool building. Noticed it's made of black brick, but not the same as the black brick I usually get interested in, as you'll see. It's some really interesting colours, that's why I've carried on filming. It's because of the solstice. It appears dark, but only to our eyes. There's all kinds of ultraviolet and infrared on a night like this, clear like this. Still actually see the sun on the horizon. Well, the sunset on the horizon, because it's going very slowly. It's spinning the other way now, relative to us. That's true. Well, I'm not explaining that at this stage of the game. So, University of Salford. Oh, another shocking thing, there's no Metrolink. So you head north out of Manchester, and you have to head either east or west to get to another train station to head north. If you go straight along where Liverpool Street Stations Bridge, it's the rail bridge for the original George Stephenson line, 1830s. You literally end up, there's roads, there's road connections, but if you're a student, you'd think they'd have the Metrolink running straight in, and so I could get back a bit easier. Yeah, I'm not wondering how the magical mystery tour is over. It goes over the Ordsall Cord towards north, then splits in two. That's an altar. That's a Masonic house. That's a fantastic building. White stone, smooth stone. It's like marble, smooth for the pillars. If you know anything about Masonic rituals and the uneven steps and etc, etc, that's a classic. Hemsley House. There's your typical example again of a 70s, late 60s, juxtaposed against the Masonic building. And then there's a row of houses. The Masonic building, incidentally, could be more modern than it appears, or a lot older than it looked. So that's His Royal Highness the late Prince Philip. And this is an example of an electric charger outside an old-fashioned building. So the future was never depicted this way, but that's what I'm saying, it's cool. Look at that. So down there is the River Irwell. This is where I got lost originally, inside wandering around. Look at this out in the middle here, still going. Classic, fading in from the tower in the city. I'm not sure if that's Edwardian or Victorian, but the windows get thinner towards the top, etc., so it's original. So I was trying to spot things like this to give me clues to where the canal would have originally run. And got lost. Manchester and Salford Savings Bank. And that's the original cathedral, which we can't see at all. What I mean, it's just earshot of Manchester city centre. Light that up, add a metro link, you're laughing. Can't believe that's not lit up actually. Light it up. I mean, it's just earshot of Manchester city centre. The guy running there, he's out of breath, missed his bus, and I feel like filming him, but I shouldn't. Partially lit up. I know I keep saying I'll end, but I am really enjoying this walk. See the old church door. There's an old mill type warehouse, old cinema or playhouse it looks like, and then there's modern stuff. But it's based the black bricks. We're all along the property of the people who originally owned Manchester Bury Bolton Canals Company and Lancashire Yorkshire Railway Company. So we're definitely in the right area. Anyway, I'm going to drop it because this will be at the end of the video anyway, but this was my original scout. That's why it was important to explain the history. We're deep in the city centre now. Actually got a mate who lives around there. But that's the remainder from Central Railway Company. And I'm just gonna definitely finish up now. But that's why I had to explain trains, because that's a train storage place. The canal ran along near us, just next to us here. Part of the Rochdale Canal. Not sure who owned it. Explained that already. Looks really good at night, doesn't it? Against the city. Street food bars. The famous Palace Theatre is actually blocked behind there. But something just occurred to me, so this is going to go at the end. Can't believe I can't get the Palace Theatre. I missed the goods warehouse now, haven't I? There's people about. I'm not filming people on purpose. I'm trying to get the Albert Hall. Albert Theatre, whatever. There's everywhere have an Albert Hall. Deep underground, situated here with a canal tunnel that linked the Rochdale Canal to the Irwell Navigation and then to Lot 1 of the Bury Bolton Canal Company. That's going to be definitely everything. Else I'll just start repeating myself. But I've obviously found my way back from where I was lost. Should just make the last tram. But it has been cool, I must admit. I just hope I make the last tram. I'm banking on that, and I'm not panicking. That was the Central Railway Station, Great Northern. Well, as you know, we're not experts on railways just yet, but we've had an introduction to railways. That's why it was important. We're at the city centre, we have to explain how everything interacts and its age. That marks out Deansgate where the Metrolinks run by. That's the old Central Railway Station. which is excellent. So even at night, some things that are lit up look pretty good, and it's quiet. It's quite an open area here, but I don't think we'll get the hotel. It's like something out of Witches of Eastwick, this hotel. The daughter's frightened though, she can't look at it. It's got two eyes at the top and everything. Now if there is such thing as the Illuminati, they built that. Maybe there isn't. Who knows? Who cares? Do you know what? They were going to film the original Harry Potter around here. Things like that people don't really notice. Yeah, Hogwarts was, as a site, Cheetham Music School scouted as a site for Hogwarts. Oh my gosh, and I'm just, like I say, I keep finishing, and I'm not actually finishing, I know. Something just occurred to me. You'll realise it's not a phone box. I'll show you that right at the very end. Outtake I've had to take out. I'm just gonna get these classic telephone box. Classic telephone box. Classic telephone box. Classic telephone box. Classic telephone box.
This is not a dream.